This is Role Play with Brenda. Hi Brenda, how you going?
Good, thanks.
My name's Cam. Welcome to Cobra Community Services. I'm a support worker here and I'll be working with you, so really nice to meet you and make yourself at home.
Yeah.
You found the place all right, obviously?
Yeah, just got the bus here.
Beauty. Take you long to get here?
No, it's pretty good.
Nice one,
Yeah.
nice one. Well, good. Well, this is where we meet when we meet anyway, so we've got that out of the way anyway. Before we start getting into anything, Brenda, I'd like to explain our privacy policy to you.
Okay.
All the information that you give me and which is kept here is completely confidential. So everything that we talk about here remains private, and we can't divulge any information you give to us. But there may be occasions where we may need to disclose some information. For example, if you were to tell me that you're at risk of self-harm or you're at risk for the community, then obviously I've got your consent to pass it on to whoever I may need to.
Okay.
Beautiful. And also, if the courts were to subpoena our records, that would be the only other case where you're all good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, beauty.
Yeah.
So I see that the court has ordered you here. It's not your choice to be here. The courts have asked you to be here. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, like, all right, I suppose.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you came. It's great. You know, it's a good start, and I can assure you that I'm on your side here. I'm not here to judge you. You seem like a really nice person, so I think we'll get along really well, and we'll just work together and see how we go.
Okay, cool.
All right, nice one, Brenda. So I've got a form here. It's like a tool that we can use to see where your levels of drug use and dependency is at the moment. Again, totally confidential and not a judgmental tool. It's a tool to help us both. It's called a Do It form. So if you're happy to fill that in, that would be great. I'm going to also let you know that it's just between me and you. And if you've got any dramas for filling it in, you absolutely don't have to. But it's a really good tool for us to use.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've got the right not to complete the form, but it really does help us to identify what support or interventions that we can use.
Yeah.
To improve any situation we can improve.
Okay. Yeah.
Brenda is filling out the form, the Do It form. All right, cool, Brenda. Thanks for that. That wasn't too stressful.
No, that was all right.
Beautiful. We can work on that now and find some strategies to help you, and we'll make our sessions a lot easier. Just before we go into find some minimisation, harm minimisation strategies, can I just ask you, between you and I, how often are you using?
A few times a week.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. And how often, many times a day do you think?
About 4.
Yeah, well, okay. And do you mind me asking how do you ingest the drug? Do you use needles or are you snorting?
Needles. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No worries. All right, we've got plenty to work with here. This is great. You're cool here still? You're happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful. Let me think here. So firstly, we'll talk about some strategies maybe to reduce harmful use.
Yeah.
Look, you've mentioned that you inject your drugs. That's okay, but maybe we could look at could you contemplate maybe some alternatives, maybe smoking or rubbing into gums, or even maybe doing small lines to replace the injecting?
Yeah, maybe, like I used to.
Okay, so how long, when did you start taking it? When
I was 14.
Okay, cool. So it's been about 8 years?
Yeah.
And you've been injecting that whole time? Or you're saying, sorry,
Yeah, I've
smoked
been
it first?
injecting for about 5 years.
Okay, cool. No worries. Well, maybe we could, as I said, look at some alternatives going back to the smoking, or maybe a less harmful way, or a way without as many risks.
Yeah.
Again, all in your own time, and there's no pressure, no judgment, but it might be something to look into.
Okay.
Cool. When you're using needles, again, it's not my business, but it's a really good idea not to share needles, obviously, and to use carefully to avoid risk of disease.
Yeah.
If you need any more information about that, please come and see me about that. We'll talk about that whenever you like. I know this is really tough, but you were saying you probably 3 or 4 times a week, or 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe we can look at maybe reducing that to 3 or 4 times a week, and then maybe going from 2 to 3. But again, all in your time, and we'll see how we go. But just might make it easy for you to get some rest and get your diet into order, and maybe start eating some healthier foods.
Yeah.
It might be easier to do if you reduce the days that you're using.
Mm-hmm.
You happy to look into that?
Yeah.
Again, no pressure, and you seem like a really nice person. So again, please don't think that I'm judging you with anything I say. It's just good to look into these kind of things.
Yeah.
So Brenda, a bit of rest, healthy diet, it will help out with everything kind of thing. So we'll see how we go. Have you got any addiction to any other drugs apart from the ice, or is
No.
Right, okay. You drink or smoke pot?
No, I don't smoke pot. I do have some drinks occasionally, but not a lot.
Well, okay. Well, that's a start. And look, if you can avoid drinking alcohol whilst you're using drugs or the meth, that'd be great. But again, at your own time, and we're just working through ways of getting healthier and feeling better.
Yeah.
About life and getting on with things, and it'll please the courts at the end of the day as well.
Yeah.
So, have you got much of a support system outside? You've got a support system here, I can assure you of that. But have you got much support outside of Cobra Kai?
No, not really. I've got a few friends, but they're all users as well.
Yeah, cool. Well, look, friends are friends. It's hard to just get rid of friends, but it might be an idea just to try and spend some time away from those friends, a little bit less time with those friends who are still using. It's going to make it really hard for you to lower your consumption if you're still hanging around with those guys.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not telling you to distance yourself completely. It's just think about surrounding yourselves in a more positive kind of environment.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, Brenda, you're aware of the needle exchange programs we have around town here at the moment?
No.
Okay, beautiful. That's something that we'll have a really good look into, because that really increases the safety issues around using needles. So I'm sure you'd be keen to look at it, and we'll go through that extensively very soon. I would love to give you this. What's it called? I've got a drug and alcohol star. If you just check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Beauty. So the way this works is that it kind of measures. It's a self-improvement kind of tool for you to measure how you're coming along with our sessions, and if you're improving in the way that we're trying to improve.
Yeah.
So. So you can see with the star here, each point has a number from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
So, for example, the top you got drug use. If you feel your drug use is pretty much as heavy as it gets, we ask you to tick number 1.
Yeah.
And just every week you can do this and just see if you're going up and back. So if your drug use at its worst, you tick number 1. And as you feel it's getting better, you might go to 2, you might go to 4, 10 being not using at all.
Okay, yeah.
So 1 using very, very heavy, 10 not at all. On the other side, we've got family and relationships, for example. On that point, 10 being at its worst, fighting, not communicating, high-level drama, and one being, Ken being getting on great, fine, communicating, working together, and obviously being in the middle of those two situations. So if you are you happy to take that home and see how you go?
Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
Again, like that's just between you and I, and it's actually between you and you. But if you bring that in each time we have a meeting, we can have a look at it and see how you're going.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No worries.
Great. All right, Brendan, this is awesome. It was really, really nice to meet you. As I said, you seem like a really nice person. Great to meet you. Great to work with you. I feel really positive about your future and our future here. So, again, to remind you, everything here is confidential unless you give us consent to pass on information.
Mm-hmm.
So, until next time, and also remember, you've got my phone number, you've got, we're always here for you, we're here to support you. So, give us a call anytime in between meetings, but if not, we'll see you at the next meeting, and so nice to meet you.
Thanks, mate.
Ta.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.